Hey guys, so today's video is going to be on brushes. I'm going to show you what kind of brushes I am using, what each brush is for, and how I clean my brushes. And I have brushes with a natural hair, and I am also having synthetic brushes. And if you've ever heard or seen them, you might wonder what are the differences. So I will give you a quick and short review on that as well. And if you want to see what I got for you, then please keep watching.
Towel, and then I'm just taking some lukewarm water and I'm just dipping the brushes inside, and then you can either use a mild shampoo. You can choose a shampoo from the baby aisle because it doesn't have any perfume or any fragrances. And then you just want to make sure to apply the shampoo thoroughly all over the bristles so that all the color will come out. And now you can see this brush looked as if there was nothing inside, but now the water is completely dirty already just from the shampoo. So you see how much of dirt and residues is left in your brushes. So this is a professional product by MAC. I use it the exact same way, and then what you want to do is to lay it flat on a towel and let it dry for about a day.
So now, since you've seen how I'm cleaning my brushes, I'm going to show you what my favorite brushes are and what I'm using them for. So starting from the whole face, I am having two brushes that I really like. One is the e.l.f. small stipple brush that I love to use for my primer, my BB cream, or even my liquid foundation. You can just apply it on top, and these have very short bristles and they are very soft, and just with small circular motions you will create a beautiful even makeup look. And then of course everyone needs a powder brush. So this is just a regular big dome brush. These are natural bristles, and I got these from IMATS, from the International Makeup Artist Trade Show last year in Vancouver. This company is called Royal and Langnickel. I will definitely post it below because these are, I would say, more higher end brushes, more for makeup artists, but still affordable. So if you're looking for any kind of brush that really lasts long, that feels really well, that is really good also for sensitive skin, then make use of one really good brush that is long lasting than buying the same old drugstore brush that you know you might not like or that might not last too long. Moving on to blush. It's basically the similar brush that I'm using for my powder. I am just having a dome brush. I love this brush because it helps you to blend in everything really well. So I'm only having this one here, but I'm also having other blush brushes that I use just to help me out a bit if I can't clean this often enough. So I'm using this for my blush, but I'm also using it for highlighter, I'm using it for contouring, and I'm also using it for my bronzer. And now moving on to eyebrows. I know that lots of you probably already tried out a few products. So we have pencils, we have wax, we have shadows. So I always tell people, even if you have beautiful brows, brushing them at least before you go out of the house, it makes such a difference. Yeah, if you have sad brow hair like me, just brush them up a little bit. You can even fix them with some clear gloss or some special brow gloss. So that really makes a difference. The lashes are really clumpy. You can use the other end of a brush like this just to go through and to, you know, have beautiful separated lashes. So I mean, this one is by Bobbi Brown. Got a beautiful Bobbi Brown kit at the beginning of my aesthetics training. So I've been using this for my personal use, and you really don't need another one of these. I mean, these are really long lasting and I think any will work really well, but these bristles are really strong and nothing has happened to this bad boy so far. So I'm really liking this. And then to fill in my eyebrows, I like to do that with a short brush like this. It has a small angle right here, and what this does, it basically helps me to keep my movement stable. So if I want to draw a line, it's really easy because the stipples won't go anywhere. So that's really good. Of course, if you do not fill in your eyebrows, then you don't need that. But I think a brush like this or similar like this one here, this is from the drugstore. It is really cool to do your eyeliner or even to do highlight and contouring because you have a lot of control over anything you do, and the last thing that you want is that your makeup goes all over the place just because you don't have a steady hand. So these are also some brushes that I definitely recommend. And then last but not least, moving on to the eye makeup. So I always focus on the eyes, and I have tons of brushes, but the ones that I think really make sense for you in your daily life are one really good eyeshadow brush. So I'm liking these ones by The Body Shop. They are just flat, very easy to handle. They pick up the color very well, and you have a lot of control as well, and they are also very easy to clean. I'm not a big fan of the very puffy brushes because they tend to lose lots of the color, so you have to reapply, and then even when you apply it onto your lids, the color kind of goes everywhere. So I prefer something like this. And then for the smoky eye look and your eye makeup in general, if you want to add a darker color, for example, to the outer corner of your eye, I always use this one. This is just a small dome brush, and it is very fluffy, and it is really good. It's very artistic. You can do a lot of things. And then I'm having a slightly angled blending brush that I just use to blend out anything that I'm doing on my eyelids. But if you do prefer or have at home any kinds of small sponge applicators like these, that is just fine as well. I prefer to use brush because I have the feeling I have more control, because these sponges, they pick up a lot of color, and if you are not too familiar with how much you really want or how much you really like, this can be challenging because it's not as easy to blend with these kind of things. But of course, if you have them, then that's totally fine. And then last but not least, it is not a brush, but it is one of my favorite makeup accessories, and I picked this up last year and I'm still very happy about it. And I think this is something, if you want to splurge on something in your makeup drawer, then I think this is the perfect thing. So this is the Beauty Blender right here. It is this beautiful little pink sponge, looks a little bit like a teardrop. They have different sizes and they have different price packages. You can buy multiple, even with a sanitizer and everything. So this one by itself was $20, which is, I know, expensive for a sponge and blah, but I've been using this almost every day. For my concealer, for my makeup, I just love using this. It's very soft, it's very easy to use, and it really blends in everything really well. So as I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, there are some differences. So most of my brushes are made out of natural hair, meaning that when you touch them, they are very soft. The hair might get loose after washing it for a couple of times, and those are like the regular brushes. And then they also have synthetic brushes. So the difference is basically that all the hair is a lot more dense, and you kind of feel that it feels a little bit smoother, and you have a lot more control. So now I'm only having one brush. I picked this up at the trade show last year as well, but it helps you to keep control over any kind of makeup that you do. It's really soft, and I have the feeling if you go with these kind of brushes, easier for those of you who might just start out experimenting with makeup, because it is that dense and soft at the same time. This is all I have to say for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you had a great Valentine's Day, and I hope you're enjoying the sun if you have some sun outside. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.